Oh, this meeting is being recorded. So this is strange to say that there's only this and there's nowhere to go. Normally, it's about how can I do something? What can I do? How can I live my life? What can I do to make my life more comfortable or more happy, or what can I do? And then there's this meeting and there's no one saying something about what to do or an advice or a direction, because it's not seeing someone. There's no one. There's no one. That's crazy, because normally when there's living in the world, there's I am here, this is my life, and what's going on with me, and when there's something happening with me, what can I do about it, and how can I live my life more comfortable, or how can I be more happy, or how can I do something about what doesn't feel good. This has nothing to do with the story. So it doesn't see someone. There's no one. There's no one. There's no one inside. There's already no one. So normally what we do when I'm here and this is my life and how can I do something to make it better, then there's an idea about how can I do something, or trying to do or not to do. And when there's coming to these meetings and there's hearing, oh, there's no one, then there's feeling, oh, there's someone here. And how can I lose that me? How can I do something that that me won't be there anymore? But because after maybe a lot of things, it seems like the me is the problem. And we don't want problems anymore, because that's like, oh my God, there's so many things going on. And I want to have a more quiet and more peaceful life. And maybe me can help me with that. That's the disappointment here. There is already no me. So there will be not, this is not having a better life. There's nothing going on about having a better life here. There's not having a life. There's no one who has a life. So there's nothing going on about how to treat or how to do or whatever. There's no one. So there's also no free will and choice. No free will and choice. That's something, because free will is so embodied, that idea that you can do something, I can do something about what's going on. I want to change something. I don't want this. I want something else. That's so the normal way. And hearing there's no free will, there's no choice. Also, you could say there's no control. No control. That's when when I'm here, it seems like control is one of the things I want to have even more than maybe now and things like that. Because control seems like when I have control, I can then my life is going in the right direction and all that. And hearing there's no control seems to be frightening, can be frightening or making angry, maybe. There already is no control. There never was control. That's more it. There never was control. Life is random. It's going in a that's energy. Everything is energy. Nothing is real. That's also something that when I'm here and this is my body and all that, everything seems so solid and real and happening to me. What can I do? It's happening to me. This is in my life, circumstances. How can I change that? And then hearing nothing is real, nothing is solid. It's an appearance of energy. It doesn't mean it's nothing happening. It's also, there's an appearance of everything. Everything, just not with a capital. It's just normal everything, like tea and bodies and streets and tables and feelings and pain. And it's everything. But it's not for anyone. It's singular. Everything is singular. It's one. What is one? You can't even imagine, because what we normally do is imagining things, but there's also I am here and there's the world, or there's a relation between something, between me and something else. Imagining there's one, it's impossible. There's only walling, only. There's walling. Nobody looking at it. There's no awareness of walling, also not personal awareness. That whole awareness can be lost. It's not from it. There's no use. There's that it has nothing to do with what's going on. There can be an awareness, but it's part of me, part of that whole construct of trying to deal with everything. There's walling, pain, not for anyone, not somewhere. When there's me and my life, that's in the story. Living in the story is living in time and space or distance. We can abstract. The brain can abstract. There's time. So there's before, there's after, there's been something happening here, and because of that, that's happening there. And there's distance, so it's over there and over here. Over there seems to be better than over here, something like that. There's no over there. There's only what is. There's also no time, so there's no before and no after. That's amazing, because there's no consequences, there's no why. No why. There's also no relation, because when there's no one, there's also in another body, you could see a body, and then there seems to be someone there who's saying something that's hurting or something like that. There's no one. No, there's someone in this body or in another body. There's also no one, or in children. There's no one. It's only body or part of the body which is seen. This is a crazy message, because it doesn't see continuation. When there's no time, there's no continuation. That knocks everything down. There can be hand, but that's everything. There's no life of Roes or somebody else. We are so sure that this is my life and that is what's happening, and maybe there's a future. There is no past, there's no future. There's this and maybe a hand or a feeling and a sensation somewhere, the table, and that's everything. It's not going anywhere. It is. It's singular. There's no story. There never was a story. There can be a story in all the ideas and thinking that this is my story and this is happening, all that. It's a dream. Even yesterday, what happened yesterday? Normally, what can go on when people are talking about or asking about yesterday, and then thinking about yesterday, it seems like it never happened. Sometimes it seems like, oh, it's so strange to think about what was going on, sometimes not even remembering it. It never happened. Oh, this is so crazy, and it's so freeing in the same time, because there's this and that's it. There's a hand, there's talking, and nothing has any meaning. It's this without meaning, without purpose. That's all abstract thinking, what people can do, and making an idea and purpose of it, a meaning with it. It's on top of what's going on. And this is only talking about what is happening, what is apparently happening. And all those constructs and all those beliefs and concepts about what's going on and why and what's the meaning, it's a story. It's only in the story of me that it's all ideas about what we can do and what should be, and all concepts and what's better and what's normal. It's an it's an idea, it's a construct. It's a dream. There's nothing wrong with a dream, but it's a dream. There's only this. There's the freedom. The freedom has nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with the story. Has nothing to do with how things are going or seems to be going. It's what it is. It's everything. So it doesn't matter what it is. It can be anything. Pain, table, feeling. It is singular. There's no relation. There's no story. That's the freedom. There's no one. It's not happening to someone. And it's not that there's a need to find out or to see that there's not someone. It doesn't need it. That's the crazy thing. We think like, yeah, but I don't see that. It doesn't matter. That's crazy. You can't even maybe see it. You can't even understand, or maybe there's an understanding, but not really seeing it. It doesn't matter. Life is already what it is. And if there's an idea, it's happening to me, then that's on top of that, that's the belief or the feeling, then that's also what's happening. There's nothing wrong with that, too, of course. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't mean anything. But when there's an idea that it means something, then that's the idea on top of that can be there. There's nothing wrong with anything. That's stunning. It can't be wrong. It's what it is. And it's everything. So there's no right or wrong or better or worse. Only maybe in the story it seems like that because it's related to what I feel. If I feel good, then it's better. Well, it's what it is. Pain, walking, a hand, street, sound. That's everything already. So there's nowhere to go. This is already complete. Everything is complete. There's nothing missing. This is already what is. And this is not about nice. That's what we normally see as that's better and that's worse. This this message, this talking is not about nice and nice life. It's what it is. It's a describing of what it is. Not having any direction or somewhere to go. And there can be a lot of ideas about what's better and how to do and all that. And maybe we can talk about that, or maybe there's something happening in the story and there's wanting an answer and talking about that here. It can be any question. It can be any story. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll see what's happening and just say what you want to say, or maybe you don't say anything. It can't be wrong. It's what it is. So if you want to say something or ask, please do, or you can say it, or maybe you can write it if you want to. Maybe I can do an announcement of a live meeting here in Amsterdam. There will be in July 6th, there will be a Saturday, only the Saturday. It's the whole set, or the whole, it's from 11 till 5, 5, I think. So there will be a live meeting in Amsterdam. So you're very welcome if you want to go, come here.
Details on the website.
Oh, the details are on the website. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
I went to see another speaker recently, I don't know, Jim, doesn't matter, but I saw him in person, and it was such a joyful reminder of how eh, there's just something you can't put into words about
Yeah.
this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so joyful. Um, and then there's also the part of me that's waiting for something to happen, or not waiting, but kind of
Mm.
expecting that something could happen where I could realize that there's no me,
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Sure.
right? I want to see it. And that wasn't at the time, but it was like a couple days later, once work had set back in, and
Hmm.
just a story. But I also had this one thing that really kind of resonated with uh on that day in Toronto was that nothing is excluded,
Yeah.
and it couldn't be this and not that.
Mm.
uh, and like so
Mm.
much of the spiritual seeking journey was about trying to purify and trying to
Ah.
you
Yeah.
know exclude certain things, and a lot of avoidance.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like the other day, it wasn't like an idea as much as just this deep knowing. It's not the right word, but that it's everything. um and yet there's still this other thing that's playing out of like wanting something instead of another thing. So I don't know if this makes any sense, but
Yeah.
it's like,
Sure.
yeah, on a deeper level, I can see that, of course, it's everything, whatever this is. But then there's just still this separating that's going on, you know?
Yeah. Well, this is so embodied, that idea that I'm here and there's so many concepts and beliefs, and you don't even know how many concepts and beliefs we have. It's so this is about loss. So there can be a deepening about that knowing, and then then suddenly it's more like, oh my God, yes, it is everything. And yet there can be also there's some subtle beliefs and ideas, and you don't even maybe be
Yeah.
noticed, and then that still goes on. That
Yeah.
this is so energetic, and
Yeah.
the idea that it's not complete yet is a very, very, very strong
Yeah.
idea. It's so
Exactly.
embodied.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they're still working on that. But then there's this other thing that's
How do you
like,
do that?
oh, yeah.
You
Like,
can't work
right.
on that.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I'm not trying, but
Okay, okay.
yeah, it's just being worked on by something. Something
Mm,
is it's just
mm,
running there like, oh yeah,
yeah,
we still working in time towards, certain things.
yeah,
But
sure.
then
That
there's this other thing
so
that's just like,
strong. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
wow, wow, it's
Yeah. Yeah,
everything.
but that's it. That's how it's going. You can say meing and being, but me can be so convincing. It's that how long that idea that there's something not right yet. That's so strong. It's not even in words. It's like that. You could say that. And then suddenly it's like, oh, but it's for a moment. And that me takes over again, and like, no, but there can be, I don't feel it completely. And then suddenly, bah, you're in it again. It's so convincing. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's when there's that, yeah, I could say it's subtle. There's something going on, like, yeah, this is everything. Somewhere there's light in the darkness, you could say, something like that. And it goes on, and then how it's going, everybody is different, and in the same time, it doesn't matter if it's seen or not. That it's another way I can understand also, it can be frustrating that it still feels like separate. But maybe there's an idea about how it would be when it's not separate. Then you would see everything in a different light or something different. It isn't. It isn't different. It is the same. That's strange, because there can be subtle idea about how it would be, even not maybe very clear, than when there's no me or when there's no separation or all that. You can't see that. It's not in the seeing or hearing or all that. There's when there's looking at there's the brain can still abstract everything. So sitting here, they're sitting this body and seeing the computer, and it definitely can see there's the computer and here's the body. That's exactly the same as you could say before. There's no difference in that way. So it's not in the seeing or understanding or all. No, it has nothing to do with that. So that's crazy because that's what we normally think. It will be shown or it will be suddenly clear or all that. No, it's not like that. And that's so crazy. It's only that idea that there's something not complete. That's not there. That's not arising. But you can't imagine what it is. That's not there. It's something like that. It's not only an idea, of course, but it's more embodied. But it's not in a certain way of how things are seen, of how your life is going. It has nothing to do with that because it's already.
Mm.
Mm. I don't want to hear that.
No, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Yeah, sure. Oh, I love something. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, of course.
So funny. No, I appreciate that. I thank you.
Yeah, yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, thank you. Mm. Yeah. There's something saying, thank you for the beautiful retreat in the Black Forest. It was great to participate on your talk live. Oh, thank you. Oh, great. Great to hear that. Hmm. And then somebody saying, nothing to be seen. No. And there's nothing to find because there's no one alive. It's freedom and unknowing appearing as this. Yeah. But we're so into seeing it in a certain way or something like that. Or we want to have something. We want to see it. We want to realize it. We want to all that. And it has nothing to do with that. But then you don't have anything in your hands. It's like, yeah, and yeah. Ah, yeah. It's loss. It's about loss. It's the loss of everything. But everything, that means also the beliefs and the wanting something else. That's so strong, that wanting something else. Or looking for something else, for no problems, or for I don't know what. And then suddenly, oh, it's this already. Or, oh, it's this already. Okay, me too. Of course, because there's always that's me is so strong and it's somewhere everybody knows that like somewhere it's like it's somewhere else. It's somewhere else is better. It seems like that or something else or wow, that's such so strong. It should be like that or maybe it's all that. And that's all out of the window. It's already this. Everything. Exactly how it's going. And there's no free will, so there's even no possibility to change it. We think that we can change it, and when you believe you can change, then the experience is also that when there's a change, it's because of me. So there's a confirming that I did it. And then hearing there's no free will, it seems like, oh, I can't change my life anymore. You never could change your life. It wasn't even your life, but you never could change it. The change can happen or not. And when was no change, it was not because of you didn't enough or all that. It has nothing to do with you. There's already no one, and its life is going, doesn't see anyone. So it's just energy going. already. That this is more a description of how it's going and has nothing to say about how it can be or should be. No, there's no possibility in that. There's only in the dream of me there seems to be a free will and choice. There never was. Mm. No, nothing is lost. No. Mm. This is so energetic. What also was happening in the live meetings in Budapest and also in the retreat in Germany. There were a lot of silences, and in the silences, it's energetic. I don't know what's going on. Nobody knows. Maybe some way. I don't know. But it's so. This is so energetic, and there's nothing going on, like trying to change or do, and then that whole construct, what needs to be confirmed and busy with, and then suddenly it falls apart. It doesn't need to be in silence. Doesn't need anything, but it can be fall apart and then, oh, so there's no need to understand or do or, but at the same time, it's not wrong to understand or to do anything. Of course not. There's nowhere to go, so there's nothing better than something else. It's just what's happening already. Even here, also, when I was before the meeting, I was thinking, I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. I don't really know what to say. There's nothing coming. There was a lot of thoughts about all kind of other things. Nothing here. Like, oh, maybe there's not going to say anything. Okay, then maybe that will happen. And then suddenly the meeting starts and whoa, it can be like that. Or maybe not. Maybe there's no talking at all. Yeah? So what? There's no difference. Hmm. It's what it is. Everywhere, not here, but everywhere. Hmm. Hmm. There's somebody asking, isn't it a bit strange that the whole mankind is living in the wrong way? It's not in the wrong way, but it is strange that it's stunning that it's so convincing, but it's at the same time it's so normal to it's not wrong, but it's so convincing, that whole idea that there's a free will and choice. It's so convincing if everybody is believing that. It doesn't feel like a belief. Most people don't see it as a belief. It's like how it is. And then it feels because there's somewhere underneath, there's something going on always, like there's something gone wrong. There's I'm not good enough and all that. So there's trying to make it right. It's so convincing. It's so embodied. It's not all the time in the head, in the mind, or all that. It's so embodied. It's so the normal way to see that there's something wrong, or I'm not good enough, or there should be this, or I can do that. It's so bloody convincing. So, yeah, I can imagine that most people see it in that way. And in the same time, it's stunning and it's so simple and obvious that there's no free will and choice. How can we believe that there's free will and choice and that there's someone inside? Where is that? I don't see that. It's very literally. It's just seeing that hand or the front. That's everything. What is there more? Yeah. That's the freedom. Mm. And then everything is lost. You think like, oh my God, everything goes wrong then. And the strange thing is, everything is lost, and suddenly it's like, oh, wow, this is stunning. There's life is somewhere. There's joy. It's joy. Look at really little children, and it's joy. It doesn't have anything to do with how things are going. It is joy already. Not maybe not strong, but subtle in a subtle way. Yeah, it's like joy, and it can be pain also. Doesn't mean there's no pain or sadness or any feeling. And there's no world. Let's say this too. There's no world. Where's the world? Even that is an abstraction of what's going on here. We see it on the television, or we assume that there's cities and everything, and we see the earth and we see countries and all that. It's what it is. So there's no world, there are no other countries, there's this, that room, that's everything. There's no outside. That's abstracting and then assuming that there's something behind this wall or behind the window, because we have a memory and all that, assuming it will always be there. So when I'm going outside that street, it's still there. So it's a bit boring, this street, because it's always the same street. I'm going out and yeah, there is it again. And then there's going out and you think, oh, there's this, and it's not, it's new. There's nothing always there. That's the boring and the dissatisfaction about it's always there and it can't go wrong and all that. And then suddenly it's new. There's nothing always there. It's new. It's this. It's that street, that tree. Without knowing it, it's there. Mm. Okay, another one. Without context, where does it go? Without time, what choices are made? Is there no planning ahead anymore without imagination? But it's already like that. The only thing is lost, that there's somewhere to go. There can be planning. Sometimes there can be planning, even those meetings, like, oh, it's Friday, oh, 7 o'clock, there's the meeting, and suddenly they're sitting here and talking. So that's seems to be planning and it's going. Maybe sometimes not. That can happen, of course. So that still goes on. The story still goes on. That's the crazy thing of this. There's no one doing that. So that's how it's saying it's already like that. That's already going like that. In that way, there's no change. So there are no choices made, but how can you say that? It's not it when there's going somewhere, it's not about I there can be saying, oh, I rather want coffee and then tea or something like that. Seems to be like a choice, saying that. There's nothing going on like, oh, now I'm making a choice. I think most people don't think like every time like, oh, now I'm making the choice. And there can be in some moments there seems to be, oh, it's very important. It seems like this is better than that and all that. Does, when that's lost, it's just going. There's no one in control. Well, so what? Because when it's everything, it doesn't matter what it is. That's also strange because we are thinking, yeah, this is better than that. How can you say it doesn't matter? This is what is lost, is that there's something going on trying to make me feel good about myself, or trying to feel better. When everything is lost, life is joy. It is joy already. So it doesn't matter where it goes. It really doesn't. And that doesn't mean there can not be pain or diseases or anything, feelings. It's impossible to explain how it is. There can be planning, but there can be planning things, and maybe they don't go, that it's not happening, so it's not going on. Yeah. And there can be for a moment like, oh God, and then after a while that's gone again. It's it's difficult to say how life is going, because there's nothing going on, there's no one. What is lost is the whole awareness, so I can't. It's impossible to how do you say that? It's not arising. So when there's something going on, there's not like a feeling or sadness or something like that, anything. There's nothing going on trying to change it. It's not coming. It's just not arising, those thoughts. So it's not a way of life. This is not a way of life. That's what we normally think. How do you do this, or how is it going? That that how do you do this, and how it's going, and what, well, all that's lost. It's just life, and there's nothing busy with it, how it's going. There can be feelings, and everything is full on. So feelings, sensations, smell, the table, but it's not like, ooh, it's so bright now. It's just normal. It's very normal and simple. Mm. And it's very easy. Everything goes by itself. Life is the decider, you could say. it's life is life is the boss, like that. It's already like that. And when there's me and I'm here, then I want to be the boss. No, I want to be like that. No, this is wrong. I would like that. Oh, I can do a lot of things. Oh, finally. Oh, okay. I'm disappointed. I'm not satisfied. All that. There's a lot of struggling going on because I want to be the boss. I want to be in control. It's an endless struggle for nothing, because it's in the air. It's a lot of ideas about how to do and all that. Life is what apparently is happening. There's no choice in it at all. It never was. But at the same time, it's no big deal. No. That's strange when there seems to be an idea about it's my choice and it's about what I do and all that. Here, that has nothing to do with it. That whole idea about what you're imagining and how I can plan this and how what, and then that's very important, because then it will go like that. It has no power at all. Thoughts don't have any power. To hear that, that's amazing. That's normally most people think that it's very important and I have to make the right choice and all that. And hearing that there's no power in that at all. It doesn't matter if there's a choice or no choice. It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with that. What's going on is already going. There's no one doing that. Mm. did, did you say that trying to make it right is in the air? Yeah, I did say that. It's like Don Quixote. I don't know if you know the story, where he was fighting with the windmills because he was trying to see the enemy. He was fighting with the enemy, but there was no enemy. He thought it was an enemy, but he was fighting in the air with the enemy. It's the enemy. We see somewhere an enemy, and then thinking like, "Oh, I have to do something about it," and all thinking and all being busy with that, and trying to make it right. There can be doing that or not. All those thoughts can happen. It's not wrong, but it doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't help or do anything. Just a lot of thoughts can be there, and that what's apparently is going on. It's already going. Has nothing to do with what's being decided or wishes or all that. It's energetic. Mm. When there's grasping, there's apparent grasping. Also, it's innocent. Or what would you say about grasping? Trying to grasp and trying to know, maybe that's grasping, or trying to feel like this is the way I could do it. It's what's apparently is happening. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't do anything. It's just what's happening, and then there's the table. So there's no continuation. So everything is on its own. So there's table, there's grasping, there's table, there's no life of someone. So that's knocks everything down, because we think this is my life and it's important what's being done and what I do and all that, or maybe what's being done, or we say it in a different way. There's no life of, now let's say, Rose. There's no continuation. When there's no time, there's also no continuation. So there's that phase, that's everything, and there's the table. So there's no life of Rose. There's no Rose. That's not existing. That's that's amazing, because that's a bomb, can be a bomb, because that's what we normally think, that it's about me, or maybe it's not me, but about this body, or about this life. It's not saying me anymore, but maybe this. It's not even that, no. Nice flower near the window. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a beautiful, yeah, it's like sunflowers. Yeah, thanks. Life is what apparently happening, yet there's nothing happening. Lone life of Rose. Yeah, there's nothing happening, and it's an appearance of everything. You could say together. That's great. There's nothing happening, and together there's everything is apparently happening, because it's weird to say there's nothing, because they're seeing tables and sounds and everything. It's an appearance of sound and words and walls, feelings, but everything is singular. So there's no story, there's no life of anything, Rose, of anyone. It's this room, that's everything. There's no outside. That's an abstracting of assuming that that's still going on. We can do that as person. And it doesn't mean that's not working anymore when everything is lost. The brain can still abstract and saying, oh, I'm going outside now and all that. The talking is very normal at the same time. It's very simple and normal. Yeah. The freedom is that there's not, it's an appearance of everything. So there's no Rose. So what we normally do is trying to make my life more comfortable or free or all that. There's no my life. So that whole struggling is, of course, gone. Somebody say, apparent sitting in an apparent room is apparently happening for no reason at all. Yeah. Crazy. It's even crazy that people want to hear this. And in the same time, I would say, like, amazing that not everyone wants to hear this, because it's that simple and that free. And that's everything. And there's nothing wrong and nothing right. Nothing wrong. That's the longing of, finally, there's nothing wrong. It can't be wrong. This face or what's being said of anything. No, it can't be wrong. So, wow, it's amazing. Mm. Yeah. Nothing like you have to behave. Yeah. Because everything is about how to behave and what's the best way and what to eat and all that. Oh my God, there's so many ideas about how it should and not should and all that. And the freedom is, it doesn't matter. There's no one have control. There's no free will or choice. It's what's going on already. That's the freedom.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So Rose, this is all undefinable, yet the words come and the names come. It just spontaneously
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So there's no difference between Rose and Natalie or anyone else. No, of course there's a difference, but not in the way that here's no me and there's a me or all that. There never is a me. There never was a me. So it's the same in that way. So there's nowhere to go, nothing to look for. That's the freedom. That there's nothing wrong with what's going on, the way the speaking happened, the face is looking, everything, what's going on.
That's the nothing happening part.
No, it's also that apparently everything is happening. And then when there's apparently everything is happening, there's nothing better than something else. That's an idea that is so strong because it's always related to me, and that it makes me feel good because everything is related to the center or here. And when there's no center, it's not related to anything. So there can't be right and wrong. It's out of the window. It's what it is. Doesn't mean it's nice, can be pain or anything. Well, yeah, that's completely something else than when it's wrong.
The mind wants to grasp onto something definable. This is undefinable
Yeah.
and just happening. And so, yeah.
That's the joy, because there's no need to define it anymore. So there's no need to understand or to be wise or anything. It's a cup of tea. That easy. It's walking. It's the wall. What is there to understand? There's no need. There can be understanding things. That can be nice or whatever. But there's no need. So that's the joy, also the joy. But maybe not for everyone. Because it can be like, oh my God. I know.
Yeah. Well, it could feel like standing on the edge of a precipice, like a cliff, but then there's no really there. So it's the
Yeah. But what normally is before That's the fear, like, oh my God, what will happen? Maybe things go wrong. I don't know what, I don't know, because knowing seems to be giving some safety or something, but it's not always. So there's still that going on. And that's before. And when everything is lost, it's like, oh, no big deal at all. That's, yeah. Because it was already no control. And because that belief that there is control and I have something to say about it and all that, or knowing is important, all that. And then suddenly, oh, it wasn't. Oh, it's more that. It's just already going. So there never was someone who did that. Whoa.
Or the story, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
The story still goes on. But it seems, yeah, it's just going outside and sitting in front of the computer and all. Just that goes on. What the importance and the meaning and all that is lost. So it's light, or it's, yeah. It's also more full on in that way. You could say more. It's full on. There's no escape from anything. So when there's pain or sadness, or it's full on, there's nothing going on trying to change it or be busy with anything else. It's just no escape. And then after a while it's something else again. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no misconceptions about it being a certain way, and that.
Yeah. And we think when it's that way, then it will be okay. And somewhere we know it's not like that, somewhere, but it's so convincing and so giving hope in somewhere. And hope seems to be so important. This message says, it's here, it's saying, no, there's no hope. There's no hope. No, because that's confirming that there's something not right yet. No, it's already complete. Mhm.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Rose.
yeah. Mhm. Oh, a lot of wait. Uh, what if someone is saying, I'm walking against the wall, and I said, the wall is walling? Yeah, this is not a way of speaking to people, like when there's hearing some words here in this meeting and then saying that to somebody outside. It's not taken to friends and they're walking in the wall and saying, no, it's only the wall, it's only walling. No, it's like, oh shit, maybe. Well, I don't know, it can be like that. It's very normal, just normal talking. No, this is not a way of speaking. This is not a way of living. That some people make that of it, and then because it's the fear of losing everything. And when there's an understanding of this message in some way, and it's getting more and more understanding, and then there's on the edge, and then against losing, and then it's like, you could say, a step back into knowing and having a way of life and saying, yeah, it's everything. No, everything is okay. It's everything. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. All that. It's a way of dealing with everything. So the me isn't lost. There's still that trying to hold on or grasp what's something that helps to lead my life. This, when everything is lost, there's no way of how to live. You can't say how to live. It's what's happening. Can be anything. Walking in dog shit. Oh God, shit, like that. It's just normal. I don't know. It's just the normal way. People don't see it. Somebody was eating dinner with me in Budapest with a few people, and then she said, "If I didn't know about Rose, she was giving meetings, I wouldn't know." No, of course not. There's no non-duality talk in that. That's no. It's very normal. Mm. No need to follow the news. No, it can be following the news and forgetting it. following the news and being busy with it. So what? Yeah, anything can be. There's no need for anything. No. Oh, dear Rose, thank you. It seems as if it is more and more joyful to speak this. Who are you talking to? Is it wholeness, speaking to wholeness, listening? That's it. There's no one. There's not talking to someone. No, it's just talking. It's nothing wholeness, nothing talking, and there's nothing listening. No, yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. I don't know. It's just talking. There's a joy. Yes, sure, it's joyful. Yeah. Life is not rose, it's life. It's a joy that it is so stunning, this. There's no one, and it's like, oh God, this is stunning. But you can't convince anyone from it. No, of course not. There's no one. There's just that without going anywhere. It's just an explosion of that somewhere. Can be like that. Not always. Mhm. And there's an intensity to everything happening here. Yeah, that can be. And it's not happening to someone, but there can be sensation somewhere. Not even the body is also not real. So it's happening somewhere. There can be sensations but people are so focused on their bodies and what's happening there. But it's also the table and the wall. It's everything. So it's not about, there's no center, there's no body to look for. It's everything. It's hand and table and wall and sensation somewhere, because there's no center. There's no center. Mm. Nothing comes, nothing goes, nothing is. And also, everything comes, everything goes. It's apparently everything too, of course. It's everything. It's light. It's whatever is happening, apparently. Mm. Yeah. How is it to meet another also having lost all? Oh, it depends. It's different. There can be joyful, but it's also, it doesn't, it depends on, I don't know. It's depends on the characteristics also. Sometimes it, I can't say. The funny thing is, when the story is very important for someone, then there can be a lot of being busy with it. But some people are really nice to listen to when they're busy with that and all that. So there's a friendship and love for that. So that's really nice to speak with them about mothers and about anything. And people who have, there can be also like, there can be a lot of, I don't know. That doesn't mean that you could say, uh, that when there's no me anymore and then all that they're all those people are my friend. No, I don't know. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. There's already, I'm not seeing someone, so that doesn't matter if there's someone or not someone, or if there's believing there's someone or not someone. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's more like some people have there's a personality and all that, and sometimes it's going and sometimes not, and it's like, oh my God, it's that up, it's come on, I don't want to speak with that again. And that doesn't mean always that it's happening like that, of course there's no choice, but that's, no, it's not seeing it as a friend then. So it's not about, it's, there's nowhere someone, so there's nothing going on, but about, oh, there's no one already and there's someone still. There's nothing going on about that too. There's just meeting someone, some person there. not being busy with anything. It's just the talking, and sometimes it's going and it's easy. Sometimes it's not. It's like God, and just walking away. Just normal. Just normal. No. It seems like it would be hard not to see someone. Hard? I don't understand that. It would be hard not to see someone. I don't know. I don't see anyone. There's no me, and there's, but it's not seeing that. It's just lost to be. It's not being busy with that. So when there's meeting someone, there's nothing busy with anything. There's also nothing going on. This is right and this is wrong. That's lost. So there's a meeting. I don't know. It's always different. Can be nice, can be not nice, of course. It's very normal. Mm. But what's lost also is after a meeting someone that's being busy analyzing what's going on and what did I do and I should do and all that. Blah, 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 blah. That's lost. Yeah. Yeah. But when it's lost, it's funny that you get used to it and you don't miss it. You don't realize or something like that. It's not realizing every time that it's lost. It's just forgotten it was there because it's so normal. Yeah. Mm. Have you been at the beach? No. In Holland, you mean? No. No. It was very hot here. No. So you didn't think you were going to say anything in this Zoom meeting, and yet it happened. That means you're talking to yourself, correct? No, I'm not talking to myself. There's talking. There's no myself. There's talking. Right. And it just goes or not. It just happens. Suddenly, there's or not. Not only here, it's everywhere. It's like that. And we think it has meaning and it's important. It doesn't. Mm. There's no one doing that or deciding that already. The sound. That's everything.
Bird singing.
Sorry?
Bird singing.
Bird singing can happen.
Playing.
Playing. Tabling.
Tabling. Yes. But what about a cup of coffee? Is a cup of coffee coffeeing?
Yeah. Cup of coffeeing. Cup of coffee with a lot of sugar, sugaring. Mm.
And there'll also be a creme brulee cup of coffee.
Anything.
Wonderful.
Mm. Coffee on the ground. I was just joking.
Coffee on the table. Coffee on the wall.
Mm. Mm. Um,
But
I
then
have been.
you
Sorry, I'm
sorry.
just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been practicing to let awareness be aware of itself in my daily life. Can you relate to that? No, I can't relate to that. That has nothing to do with this message. Because when there's someone trying to practice, it's confirming that there's someone and there's a need to practice. So this is nothing to do with this message because it's assuming that there's still something needed to do because there's something not right yet or not complete and trying to whatever. It's confirming that there's someone. And when there's someone, there's suddenly somewhere something going on. That's the crazy thing. When there's someone practicing or doing, it's subtly underneath, there's going on, it's not right yet. There's still something needed to happen. There's something not completely. That's part me is that. Me is the feeling of the idea or the belief. There's something not right yet or wrong or all that. So it's confirming that whole construct and trying to deal with that. It's completely a different message. Has nothing to do with this. It's not. I'm not seeing someone. So there's no one can. There's no one who can. It's not only no one can do anything. There is no one. There is no one who can practice. Practice can happen. Suddenly they're doing something. Well, it's not someone doing that, and it's already complete. There's no need to do anything. It's complete as it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Seeing it in a certain light, then that's what's happening.
Roes, the question is about compassion.
Compassion. Mhm.
Yeah,
What it is? You mean, what is the
yeah,
question?
yeah.
There are different ideas about compassion. Well, what I see as compassion is this unconditional love. There's no conditions. And when there are no conditions, there's no right or wrong. There can't be something right or wrong. It's unconditional. For me, that's compassion. It doesn't mean it's nice. It can be anything. But then when there's nothing going on, like this is better and this is worse and right or wrong, that's compassion. Well, it's different than what normally thought about compassion. It's more like nice, something. For me, compassion has nothing to do with nice. It's about no right. There's no right or wrong. There's no better or worse. Can't be. And it's unconditional. When there's unconditional love, it's unconditional. No rules, no conditions.
So
It's complete.
whatever is arising, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's what it is. And it's
Yes.
not saying that, of course, but there's nothing going on like should or shouldn't. No.
No.
It's that.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. And there's somebody saying, kick me out of the window. Come on, come here. There's abstract thinking that can be reflecting on what the me just said, then feelings of shame, for example, or satisfaction or whatever. All of this falls away and there's an emerging with what is. Without awareness of what is or what should have been, you say that the story still goes on. Abstract thinking still continues, but without a load on it. Is this how it is? It's impossible to imagine how it is, but there's no load, and of course there's still just walking and going to places and all that. But the abstracting is the brain is still working. This is still knowing that there's going outside or something like that. But that whole abstract thinking, like being busy with what was going on and how to deal with that, and oh, I should be like that, and oh, no, that's not working. It's not coming. And also when there's a feeling or something like that, or sensations or pain or whatever, there's nothing coming. Trying to deal with it, trying to change it, all those thoughts, they don't come. Just when there's sadness, there's maybe crying for a while, and then after a while it's gone and there's something else. Then there's nothing going on about it. So there's no escape also. Well, when there's sadness or pain or it's full on, there's nothing wrong or right with pain, sadness or anger, anything. It's just that energy. Yeah? That. And that can be table or sadness, crying, anger, irritation. Yeah, and it's gone. There's something else. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course not. It's energy. It's just that. There's not saying that to yourself. It's just going like that. So there's what is lost at that whole, what's normally there, the noticing, looking at yourself, or the awareness, or how do you call it? Looking at yourself and busy with what's going on. Because it seems like this is me, or this is the center, or that's gone. Yeah. And you ask, there can be a reflection on what the me just said. That's not so much happening. It's when it's being said, it's very quickly lost. When there's playing a game, and then after a few minutes, it's already forgotten what was happening before. So that's, in that way, it's a deepening that it's going much more quickly. It doesn't matter when that's gone. So it's just not remembered. And sometimes suddenly there's a remembering of something that happened 2 days ago. Something like that can be there suddenly. So that's energetic. There's nothing reflecting on what's going on. That's not so much happening. No. It's more like making a list for the shopping. Something like that. Just practical thing more in that way. Oh, you still know. Do you feel smarter than us? Oh my God, no. Of course not. No. How can I be smarter than that? Not seeing anyone. Also, I'm not busy with being smarter or not smarter. What is that? That's what, when we are, when there's me, there's can be busy with other people, and I'm smarter than you, or less not so wise, or comparing all that. It's part of me. That's a lot of comparing, trying to be like that person, or better than that, or awful, not really want to be as your mother, or all that. That's completely lost. There's no comparing. It's not going on. And there's not seeing anyone. So there's no those me peoples. Oh my God, that's awful. It's so arrogant to see it like that. And then thinking like, yeah, there's those people who still think they're me. Oh my God, no, of course not. There's nothing going on about that. No. It's the same. How could I not? How could I say it's already complete when it's not the same? It's, of course, there's already no me, and there can be a belief that I'm here and all that. Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm seeing someone there. No, just seeing some faces, some names, just very literally. No. Oh, I love all the laughing in this business. Yeah. I still have that. Some people have a strong me. Yeah. And then some people are really boring and irritated. I'm irritated on people. Of course, there can be. I don't know if it's about me or not me. They're just irritated. I'm just irritated. I don't care if there's me or no me. There can be also no me and still I'm irritated. I don't know. I'm not busy with that. And there's people annoying me, then it's just annoying like that. It's not about, oh, there's still a me going on. I don't know. No, I don't see me, but it can be really annoying someone, of course, or really lovely, just like that. Yeah. Mm. Nothing dies. That's the miracle, that there never was anyone. Mm. Almost time to make coffee. If you have anything to say about reincarnating, it's the story of me. There's only reincarnation in the story of me because it wants to continue. It doesn't want to die. So it invents that there's something after life when there's death because it can't, the body is dying, so that there's death. And then it invents there's still something going on and there's reincarnation or there's something past before lives or something like that. We can go back to our lives before this life and all that. So that we want to, me wants to continue. It doesn't want to die because it needs confirming that it exists. And somewhere there's a longing for something else, a longing for not to be there, I think, somewhere. It's just that freedom of there's no one and all that. And that in that same time, there's a fear of losing everything and thinking, oh, I'm in control and I need to do the right thing and that will help. And there's some hope and really invested in the story and confirming that I exist and I can do something about my life and all that. So when there's this message, it's really confronting about that, and then hearing there's no reincarnation, there's nothing going on, there's even no real life of Roes or somebody else. There's no one existing. There's what is, and it's singular. So that whole idea about this is my life and I have a free will and joy is completely not seen here. And when that, the strange thing is, when that's not confirmed, it's falling apart. Somewhere there can be, it's not always like that, but it can fall apart because it's need a lot of energy to confirm I exist and I'm doing the right thing and I'm busy with that. And then it comes back and it's stronger and stronger. And then suddenly it's not there. It's just stops. I don't know why. It's just no reason. And it's like, oh, life is what it is. It's very easy, very simple, very ordinary, no meaning in it. Not, it doesn't go anywhere. It is. Sound, walling, feelings, sitting. There's no one. It's not happening to a center or someone. It's what's happening. That's the freedom. Cup of tea. The table. Tabling. No need to see it or to hear it. It's sound. That's everything. Thank you. Thank you. Kijken, opname.